Oh goodness. Have you thought about
But
topics for tonight?
no,
Are we still
I
off?
have not.
The dog still off
Oh,
limit?
I will tell you that I did write a letter to my dad. Yeah, that was very good. Yeah.
Wow. Share a little bit. Can you talk a little bit about it?
Uh, I can go get it if you want me to.
Do you? I
Yeah.
don't know if it's something you want to share publicly or not.
Well, I can
I
do a
can.
better recap by looking at it. But
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't. He and I ended not well because I think I've mentioned at
yeah.
13 I started being a little twit and talking ugly to him. But you gave me some insight on that. I think it was because he didn't know what to do with me at that. We had been like tight,
Mm-hmm.
tight. And then I felt like he was moving back, which I'm sure he was because he didn't know what to do with me.
Mm-hmm.
The thing, I almost made him cry one time because when I was, the summer before I was going into the eighth grade, I called all the kids from the neighborhood. I've already told this story.
I don't think so.
Called all the boy kids from, and they were mostly boys in our neighborhood. So that's who I played with. Called them all into my room, and in my closet was all my sports stuff, and I gave away all my bats and balls and whatever to all these kids in our house that were in. It was a very small house, but they were in the hallway and in my bedroom. And my dad stood outside the room and almost cried.
What
But
what triggered that? I mean,
what prompted me,
yeah.
uh, I really, I just started noticing boys differently from just boys I played ball with and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know, I just kind of grew up a little bit. I was fixing to go into the eighth grade, and back then that was a big deal. And so I almost made my daddy cry.
It is a little sad because
Yeah, I don't know what prompted. I really don't know what prompted me to do that. I mean, I don't know what was behind all that, but I gave it all away.
did you miss it?
After I gave it away, I don't remember missing it, but back then there were no sports for girls,
Right.
available. That was before what's it something nine? What's it thing? The thing something nine. Anyway, where it gave girls equal opportunities in sports. That was before my time. Had it not been, I think I would have been in a lot of sports in high school and college even.
Mm. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's that far off, Judy. They didn't have
Yeah, but
uh
but we had no. I mean, I remember playing intramural softball in my PE teacher in high school got me to play softball and maybe volleyball. I didn't want to because I knew I had to make good grades to try to get a scholarship. So I remember telling her name was Miss Smith, my PE teacher in high school, and I said, I can't do it because I have to go home and study. And she said, I believe you can. We did it in the afternoon. We stayed after school in the afternoon and played the games. So I did that. And I played some intramural softball and volleyball in college at Sanford, but no playing. We didn't play other schools. That was before Title IX. That's what it's called.
mm.
It gave equal opportunity for women in sports.
Wow, that's crazy. I'm just now thinking about that woman runner. Do you remember that Swisher? I think that's what her name is. Let me look that up. First woman runner in a marathon. I met her a
I
few
don't
years
remember.
ago.
Oh, cool.
Um, Catherine Switzer. She made history by becoming the first woman to run the Boston Marathon with an official race number. She did so despite the efforts the race director of the race director to remove her from the course. She became a crusader for women's sports, a journalist, and an author. That was in 1967. Um, and I met her down in St. Petersburg, Florida, probably about 11 years ago or something. I think it was in 2011, actually. So it's more than that. It was my first half marathon. And they had this big, day before they had a lot of booths and, whatever you call that. And she
Right.
was there signing autographs and everything. We
Uh,
got a picture with her, but it was really neat. But they have pictures of men pushing her and grabbing her and trying to get her out of the race. And it's just it's mind-boggling to me that occurred.
yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So that took a lot of guts, right?
Oh,
And vision,
absolutely.
right, and
Yeah.
vision, and that was she pioneered in a way, for us
Yeah.
with.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
So, in my letter, I asked for my dad to forgive me because I never got to get that cleared up.
Mm,
He died before we dealt with that issue of me being such a little twit. And,
mm,
and I told him about Sonny and that he would really approve of Sonny because he's a
oh,
hard worker and diligent. And Dad always wanted to move to Sneed, Alabama, where he
mm-hmm,
had a real close cousin. It's
mm-hmm,
close to Oneonta, Alabama. And we
mm,
used to go up there all the time.
mm.
And he really wanted to move there. And I think Mother said, we ain't pulling her out of school and all that kind of stuff. So I told him we lived on a farmette and he would love to see the farmette.
Oh, Judy, that's so sweet. What was that
Yeah.
exercise like for you?
It was real easy. It was just kind of flowed. Yeah.
Mm. How did you feel after you completed it?
It felt very good. Very good. Yeah.
How about a different word for
Kind of relieved, maybe.
like you got something settled?
Yeah.
Mm. How would you feel about the assignment of having him write one to you?
I wouldn't even know what the hell that would be. I mean, see, I was 16 when he died, so
Yeah, right. But could you imagine though what he might write to you?
uh, I know I really can't. He might express his fear of not knowing what to do with me when I turned 13 and gave away all my stuff and started just a new way, a new path in my life.
Mm-hmm.
That I know startled him.
Mm-hmm. Talking about that moment, you knew when you were doing that he was standing out there in the
When I
hall
was doing what
giving your stuff away.
I could see him.
You could.
He was at an angle. Well, I may not have seen him the whole time, but when it was very small house, very small room. So I'm 2 steps away from where he was standing in the hallway, just like, and Mother was almost kind of laughing because, it was humorous to her because she knew I wasn't going to be his little tomboy anymore. And she knew he was struggling. And boys don't show emotion,
Right.
but he
But
was.
I wonder how it felt with you doing that in front of him.
I you know it was something I just felt I really had to do, so I had to do it. And
It's an
I don't
interesting
know what
dynamic.
prompted that.
Yeah.
You've gone. Oh, there you go. You froze up for a
Yeah,
minute.
yeah, you did too. So guess we have a little glitch.
Um.
Yeah, so that's
Um.
interesting, but I would imagine that was very sad for him.
Oh, I'm sure it tore his heart out,
Hmm.
but that didn't mean I didn't want to be close to him anymore. But I think he must have read it that way.
Yeah, I wonder if he did read it like in your
It's why
face.
I feel like he probably did. Yeah,
Hmm. And so that letter you wrote kind of cleared that up.
yeah, yeah.
That's crazy good. I love that.